Hello and welcome back to Cities Skylines! Ladies and gentlemen, today is part 4 of our Vanilla Sprinkles Let's Play. If you don't know what Vanilla Sprinkles is, it is our slightly, ever so slightly and delicately modded Let's Play. Last episode, we created most of this farming zone that you see before you, some of the area to the back right there. I decided to make off-camera because I decided that this area needed to be expanded ever so slightly to make it follow the road that little bit further. And yes, I know it is entirely built on grids, but that is through design to just optimize the amount of farms that we would have out here. I have also got some industrial space planning enabled through a policy, which is generating a lot of vehicles, and I do think I'm going to turn that off. As for the rest of the city, well, as you can see, we have some awkward spaces where there are no buildings, and there is a reason for that. The great city of Vanilla experienced a death wave that I am willing to say was like no other death wave I've experienced in Cities Skylines. A death wave that took the income of this city from about 25,000 to minus $15,000 and took the population from approximately 95,000 people to 78,000 people. It was pretty full on, and it took several hours of just running the simulation to more or less come out the other side. We're not fully out the other side because the city hasn't completely recovered yet. The population's getting there, but there's a lot of empty spaces, and that is why today we aren't actually going to be building the town that I said we would be tackling. And the simple reason for that, as I'm sure you can imagine, is because quite simply we can't. We don't have the demand for it. So hopefully this episode can be spent doing some other things that are going to be just as useful. Then next episode we can get to work on the town. So what I am going to do is initially come over here and basically turn off the industrial space planning. It's generating way too much goods and too much traffic, so I want to turn that off. And today's going to be interesting because today is very much going to be a management-focused episode. I know, we've got these mods and all, and these mods are great. I love the mods, but it feels good. It feels good having a little bit of a management-focused episode. I'm kind of excited for it. It's been a little while since we've had one of these. Hopefully that last wind turbine there is going to be enough to give these guys some electricity. And as you can see, we have a lot of traffic here. I have been playing around with some of the speed limits. The speed limit on this road is 70. It's 50 on that one for some reason, but we'll just go ahead and change all of that and all of that to 70. And we'll do the same just the whole way along this stretch of road so that the farm traffic can get along at a reasonable speed and hopefully not spend too long all backed up and clogged up there. So there we go. The whole way along there is now 70 miles per hour. Obviously, within the farms, it is 30. Which is pretty slow, but it shouldn't be too much of a problem for too much longer because we should eventually see a lot of these vehicles disappear because we're not going to have the same goods production. I'm also pretty sure yes, I did. I added an incineration plant out here to deal with the garbage in the area, and I'm thinking that I might add a solar farm out here. Because a little solar farm would power this really nicely, so that might be worth doing. And to be fair, we could sort of do it like in this space, near the farms, but not right on them. Because that is something I always wanted to do with this city. I always wanted to go ahead and make it a green city, so let's give this a shot. I know that, wind power is obviously renewable. It's wind energy, of course, but I feel like solar could be nice as well. So let's see what we can do. Let's get a nice stretch of one-way road, obviously. You know me. I love me one-way roads. We'll go 10 units like that. And a solar plant can go there. And that should be fine. Then I want one to go just here next to it. So like that. Do I want to... I feel like I maybe want to flatten this land a little bit. And I feel like I want to space these out a little bit as well. And then... Oh, I know what I want to do. I want to make a dense forest around this and then have a clearing in the middle where the solar farm is going to be. Oh, this is gonna be good. I also need to keep running the simulation whilst I'm doing all of this, because that's a thing I need to do. That's the only way I'm gonna reasonably fix the problems that we've been having. So that's gonna be the flat space for the solar farm. So we'll go like that. We'll go ahead and get rid of the trees in the area as well. Just like so. We'll get rid of the rock as well. And we'll go ahead and get ourselves a nice stretch of road. So we'll go 10 units. Then we'll put the solar farm just there. And I would like to go like that. I want to leave a gap between these, I think. I think leaving a nice gap between them is probably for the best. Also going to turn this into a two-way road until I know exactly what kind of layout we're going to go for here. But if I do that kind of thing, and then basically just run... Ah, no, that's going to be tricky. Hold on a moment. Let's see. What if we do that? Oh, not that. Hold on a moment. That goes to there. So there's going to be a gap on the sides, but not the whole way through. That's fine. That's no big deal. What's the distance here? Considerable. Okay, that's fine. We'll get another one there. And we'll go like this, and this, and this. Then we'll go over like that. And we'll get another couple of them just like so. With a little road in there. And we'll get another one just like so. With a little road going up behind them as well. So my thinking here, of course, is that this will let traffic get around these really nicely. It spaces them out. It just looks kind of interesting. I'm also gonna, I realize, pause the simulation. I'm gonna keep the simulation paused until I've connected up that area, at least, because that's gonna cause some issues if I don't do that. I think what I'd also like to do is maybe go ahead and move the incineration plants for the farm out to here a little bit. I had a couple of people asking, I had a couple of comments that were asking why I haven't just got things like the recycling centers and all that stuff that are on the workshop. And as I've mentioned before, this Let's Play, the point of it isn't to completely, change the game. It's not to add things that aren't currently in the game. That's something I'm trying very specifically to avoid. The point of this series is to, and I sound like one of those game developers that you should never really trust, but it's to enhance and lengthen the Cities Skylines experience. That's the point of the mods I'm using. It's not to add things that aren't already in the game, it's just to expand upon what is in the game. And I'm enjoying that. I'm enjoying that this still, to me at least, feels a little bit like a vanilla Let's Play. Maybe to you it doesn't anymore, and I do apologize if that's the case, but I'm thoroughly enjoying it, so I do apologize if you're not, but it's just the way things are, I suppose. Now what I will do is put a little road through there as well. And I think that looks okay. That's a good place to put those. I think I'll go ahead and get rid of the incineration plant over there and replace it with a house. And what I realized I could do over here as well is add some facilities, such as a police station, for example, which I think is something that this area could definitely use. So we'll do that kind of thing. And that can sort of be the space where the police station can go. We'll maybe use the police headquarters. I guess we might as well. We'll use a police headquarters there. A bit expensive, but I think I can make it work. Maybe use a little police station there just as an extra building. I don't really need healthcare. I will do a fire station. Just the smaller one there. I'll put it over on this side, actually, so we have a bit of space between it and the solar farm. And then I just want to put some paths around here. I want this to just look a little bit like, I guess just some kind of facility. I know that sounds really generic, but that's kind of what this is supposed to be. It's just a bit of a generic solar farm, I guess. So that's what we've got there. We have that all sort of connected through, and then the road into here is... well, I guess what I could do is if I do a one-way road around here. So if it goes that way, and that way, and sort of just continues straight on, just the whole way around, then we do still have the one-way system that I kind of wanted, but we also have room to use this road, because obviously traffic has to go that way. So that should be fine. That should be completely fine, I think. Now what I'd like to do is, of course, go ahead and get the trees and all that stuff that I was talking about. So we're gonna go ahead and use these ones with a very, very weak brush and sort of dot them around there a little bit, just like that. Just make that forest a little bit thicker. Get some of these lighter ones in there too, once again to make the forest that little bit thicker. I got some bushes in there to add to a little bit. We can add some bushes a little bit further in here, a little bit closer to the solar plants, and some of the bigger trees as well, just to thicken things up a little bit. With some oak trees for a bit of variety as well. You know me. You know me, that's becoming my catchphrase, isn't it? I started saying that really ironically to begin with, and it's becoming a legitimate thing. You always know you've gone a bit too far with a joke when it goes from ironic to being not serious, but just a thing. And I feel that's me with the whole you know me part. So that's good. But that, I think, works. I kind of like that it's off on its own there. So that's pretty good. What I'll do is go, 20 and 20, give that a nice big curve there. And then just sort of continue it straight over to the road. And I think that's fine, to be honest. If that, can connect up there really nicely. I am going to want to just fix the prop and tree anarchy issue, which is going on, because I have prop and tree anarchy set to, it's defaulted to be on, basically, so that's what's going on there. But, this looks good. I really like this. Let's give them just a little bit of water right here. We'll give them a proper little grid, because I'm nice like that. So there we go, and there we go. And to there, go like that, and that. Then up this way a little bit, over to there, up to there, and across to there. And then maybe one down through the middle as well. So like that, down to there, and over to there. Okay, that's not so bad. That's a lovely little grid compared to what else we've got around here. And there we go. So that is going to power the farm. And that might also power the little town, or town. I'm going to start saying town again. I've been trying to change certain words with my accent, such as town, to just sound less, I don't know, Northern Irish. I have this thing, I've talked about it a lot. I just don't know what, how recently I talked about it. But I don't necessarily have a typical Northern Irish accent. Mine is ever so slightly tweaked, and that is a conscious effort I've made over a series of years to not necessarily throw away the Northern Irish accent, but to soften it a little bit, to make it a little bit more accessible to people that would maybe struggle with certain pronunciation. Like, I've had some people from Northern Ireland saying, like, oh, you are not from this area, or, you're not from this area, or you sound like this, or what are you doing? You're throwing away your accent, or your accent's a shame to the country. It's, at the same time, the Northern Irish accent, and I've spoken to a few Northern Irish YouTubers about this, the Northern Irish accent is not amazing for international media, and considering what I do is post videos to the internet, and I know that people all over the world are watching this because I can look at my analytics and see that I have X% of viewers from the United States, I have X% from Australia. I then know that the Northern Irish accent is not going to be amazing for an international audience to understand, so that's kind of why I consciously try to dampen it a little bit. But there comes a point, I guess, where my pronunciation of town doesn't really matter, because that's one word that when I say town just feels a little bit forced. For me, anyway. But there you go, that's my story. Tell me yours. But there we go, we have a solar plant, which I think looks really cool. I think it's in a nice little area as well. Plus we have all these vehicles heading out to do their thing. And what's good is we shouldn't really have that much pedestrian traffic coming over this way. So these garbage trucks are going to be able to function pretty well, hopefully. I could probably turn off the traffic lights here, but I'll leave them on for the time being. As for these, they're generating 160 megawatts. So that's good. That is very, very good indeed. I wonder if I could... No. I'd have to get rid of... I'm going to get rid of these pathways for a second. And this is... Yeah, I'm getting a little bit design focused here, but I just want to try something. I want to try and make this look a little bit more like a power plant, I guess. So I'm going to connect all of that together. I'm going to connect you to there, and there, and there, and there. Then at the ends, sort of like that, and that. And then I wonder if I could go to there, and connect that through like that. There we go. Yeah. That looks alright. It looks like it's generating electricity, and that's kind of what I wanted, so that's pretty cool. Just a nice little detail to make it look a bit more interesting. I like it, I really do. So this whole area now has police coverage. I mean, it sort of has fire. I mean, it's not got great fire coverage, let's be honest, but it's better fire coverage than it had, which was the nearest fire station would have been up here, technically. So this would have been the station that dispatches to any fires in this area. So yeah, it's for the best that we now have a fire station down here, is what I'm getting at. I'm also noticing demand is slowly coming back here, which is very good news. We have almost 90,000 people. My income's not great, but my income's probably not great because I've just spent, you know, I'm spending 1,200 per week. So 1,200, 2,400, 36.48, and then plus, you know, 1,600 in you, 560 on you, 480, and then 1440. So I'm spending a lot of money in this area here. But I think it's worth it. I think it looks kind of awesome. And as more people move into the city, which they will, as more people move in, that's not going to be too much of a problem. But I think this looks really cool, actually. So while we're focusing on management, I want to get some more buses into the city. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a bus line that heads over to Hamilton Ridge. Hamilton Ridge, by the way, I had a name suggestion. I can't remember where. It might have been on a live stream, because I was streaming H1Z1 and Civilization 5 yesterday, based on when this video is going out. And there was a suggestion, I think, in the stream chat that was saying, this was before part 3 went out. The name suggestion was Emily Ridge or Emily Cliff or something like that for this area, because Port Corvo, and Corvo, if you don't know why this is called that, Corvo Atano is the protagonist of the video game Dishonored. Dishonored 2 is coming out like next month, and I'm super excited for it, so I decided Port Corvo. The name suggestion was Emily Cliff or Ridge or whatever, because Emily is a character in Dishonored that Corvo is very close to. He's sort of her guardian in a way, so it was a very cool name suggestion, but I'd already recorded part 3, and I couldn't really change it, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to get some buses up around here. I don't know why I went Scottish on that. That was a weird choice. I don't know why I went very badly Scottish on that, is maybe what I should say. But we'll get ourselves a bunch of bus stops along there. Then I think I want this bus to basically go... I'm thinking over to this station, so that people might be inclined to get the bus from there to the train station. So we'll see how that goes. We'll go like that. What is the blue line? Oh, the blue line's that one. Okay, so I guess this can just be a red line or something. Then we'll just sort of have the bus come back in here and go along like this on the other side of the road to there, and then up to there. So there's going to be a lot of vehicles on that line. Probably way more than I want. 32 is way too many. Now, this is this is a mod that I love. This lets me control how many vehicles are going to be on this line. 21 is even too many. Let's do 15 buses to start with, and hope that that's going to be enough. This line is also going to be dark blue, or a sort of strong blue, should I say. I think what I'll do is all of the kind of inner city buses are going to be red, and then the buses that are dealing with, like, this is a suburb of the city. This is a little bit out there. So this is technically an outer bus, an outer line, so it's going to be blue. Inner city buses can be red. I mean, even the suburb lines are a bit paler red than the inner city bus line, so I guess that's okay. Do I want a bus that comes out of the farms? I don't know. I don't know if that's the thing I need. I do know, however, that I need to get some, I need to get a bit of a metro running around there. I probably want to get a metro coming out to here. And I probably want to get a metro... No, I don't really need one there, but I probably want one, I want one in this space for sure. So, let's do that whilst we're here as well. I do need to remember how this metro works, though. Because I'm at risk of completely forgetting the way my metro system works. Let's see. It looks like it basically runs around districts with a bus line going through the district. So what we'll do is grab a bunch of stations. And I want to put one... I want to turn off anarchy to start with. So there and there. Very close together, but that's fine. They're a couple of streets over. I want one... I kind of want to destroy a building that's maybe only 2 units wide, so... No, that's 3 units. That's 3 units. That's 2 units, that's fine. Again, very close together, but that's fine. I just want to outline this district as best I can, so let me get one there as well. Let's head over to the Science Center. I could maybe get one sort of in this space as well, so we'll get one there. Just on the street. That one's a little bit pointless, but that's fine. We'll not worry too much about it. Let's get one there as well. Then we'll get one... can I get one in that corner? I absolutely can. Can I get one right in front of the science? No. I could get one in there. Right beside the Science Center. Sure. Let's do that. Right beside it. We'll get one down by the stadium as well. Just sort of a couple of streets over. So we'll go, like, there. And then, that's fine. Okay, so what I'm going to do with this is going to be an interesting little mix of train lines. You're going to hate this, by the way. And if you're not aware, I don't curve my metro lines. The reason being that it doesn't matter. Because the, okay, this one can be slightly curved. Or slightly angular, anyway. It doesn't matter in the slightest because the metro you don't see them, basically. Unless I'm in this view specifically, you are not going to see the metro lines, so I just sort of make them a big old square. Because like I said, it just doesn't matter. They are going to function just as well. They might be a little bit slower going around one corner or another, but as long as they do what they need to do, I'm really not that worried. So there we go. That's the way that's going to function. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go there, to that spot, to that station, to there, and there, over to that point. Gonna stop beside the Science Center, gonna stop opposite the stadium, gonna go to there, and gonna go to there. And that should be fine. So that is hopefully gonna be functioning beautifully. Then we just get one that goes the other way. So that people can get around this district without too much hassle. It might actually be a good idea to not have a stop there, but we'll deal with that in just a little bit. Let's just have you go this away. How's the zoning going? Oh yeah, demand is popping back up. This is going to be good. See, this is the thing. This is what I needed to do all day. I've been sitting all day looking at this going, oh my god, this is taking forever. That's not what I needed to do. I just needed to, like, not do that, basically. Can I get rid of the green stop there? No, it's going to make me pick the blue one. Which is annoying. I don't want to pick the blue one. But sure. There we go. So hopefully we'll see a bunch of people use that line. A couple of people waiting there. Not that many waiting about. But we might see some people use this one. There's a couple of people there. I do need to get the proper stadium, the matchday stadium in here at some point. They did release a new DLC recently that was basically a bunch of reskins of the matchday stadium. I'm not all that interested in it. So, I will say, before people start asking, I haven't got that new DLC, the one with the skins and all that. I am probably not going to get that new DLC with the skins and all that, because I just am really not interested in it. There's, like, there's Chelsea's stadium, there's Barcelona's stadium, there's a few other ones. I am honestly not all that keen on it. Not really my thing. So, I'm not going to bother getting that one. Let's see. What way am I going to run this bus line? It kind of needs to go that way. So run it up there. Then up to there. Then, I guess, in there. Then can I get it to go that way? Yes, I can. Put a stop there. Put a stop just there. Can I bring it down this way? I can take it up there and I can sort of have it U-turn, which I would like it to do, I think. Is there a street going through there? There is actually, so that's fine. I can go to that straight. Then it kind of needs to come back, doesn't it? So I guess it can do that. That's fine. And then that's just going to be a straight red line. Quite a few vehicles in there. Maybe we'll take 2 off. So remove, let's remove 2 vehicles. And hope that that's enough. So hopefully we'll see a bunch of people using buses around that area. There's not that much traffic around here, so I don't think it's going to be too much of a big deal. There is a lot of traffic here. And you might notice I slightly changed this intersection again to make it slightly fancier. That has proved to not be the best idea. What I really need to do is I need to give a connection sort of, you know, this traffic needs to be able to sort of go over here. Then this traffic sort of needs to be able to go over here. So, I mean, that is a thing I could do. I just don't know if I'm interested in doing that. I guess I'll try it. What the heck? We'll give it a shot. I've never really dabbled in big custom intersections myself because I'm really bad at them. So this should be fun. Let's go like that. Okay, that looks mental. Let's not do that. Let's see. What else could I do then? I mean, I guess I could add an intersection in here. Yeah. Let's give that a shot. Let's try this. Let's go up like so. So up like that. That should be enough height, right? Oh yeah, that's more than enough. Okay, so like that. And then I want that height. So what is that height? Whatever it is. Then we'll go like that. Now that's already too tall. Hold on a minute. I just want to try and make something that is going to work here. So it kind of needs to be from there up to like that height. Then from there up to like that height. Should be fine. So that's okay. Then I'm going to use a normal two-way road so I can get a nice measured angle on this. I'm going to go like 5. And I think that's 5. So 5 and 5. And then 5 and 5. I think that's 5. Then sort of 10 units straight across and down. And then 10 units straight across and down. I know I could use precision engineering, that mod for this, but I'm kind of having fun with this. This is kind of interesting. I've never really built an intersection like this before, so this is all very new for me. Then down to ground level. Like, oh, I could continue that way over if I wanted to. That's a bit far though. Like, I kind of wanted these to merge together as opposed to going apart, but that's not really going to be an option, is it? Like, that's a very steep drop. That's very steep. But that might have to be... That might have to be what I do. Yeah, it's going to have to be that. It's going to have to be the steep drop. Because there's really no way I can make this work the way I want it to work if it isn't. So that's going to go like that. Then can I get that to connect? I totally can. It sort of straightens that out a little bit, but that's okay. Alright, so then that traffic all just goes that way. Oh, that's hideous. That is kind of hideous. Let's try, instead of just doing it the old boring way, we'll do that. That's a bit better. Okay, I can deal with the curve. Let's go, I need to keep the game running, not pausing. We'll go like that, we'll go like that. And then this bit just needs to connect to there. Like, oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. Maybe connect that to there. Maybe bulldoze you and connect that to there. So that can go up and over. Then we'll turn this into a highway ramp. And that's already highway ramp. It is, it's a little bit weird at the corner there, but I can probably fix that. Then that also needs to be highway ramp over here. Oh my god, this is a little bit complicated, guys. A little bit complicated. A little bit more complicated than I thought it would be. Can I connect this to the bit there? I actually can. That's interesting. I can probably smooth that out with the Move It mod as well. So, I'm not too worried. Then if I do that as well. And rotate you. What is this mess? I'll tell you what this mess is. This mess is working. I changed the off-ramps of the highway. I changed them to have 2 lanes at the connecting point. As you can see, if you look, you know, where it joins to the avenue, there's 2 lanes. Both of the lanes of traffic that are coming off the highway go into 1 lane each, and it's working. It's legitimately working, and I'm slightly / very surprised. I mean, seriously, every wave of traffic coming around here is just sort of moving. It's not really backing up all that much, and it is because they're using the different lanes. I mean, granted, I've sort of set them to use those lanes, but they're still using the lanes. This never happens. Traffic management in City Skylines never happens. I'm so okay with this. Now, speaking of traffic, it is still backing up like crazy around here. It seems to mostly be because of these traffic lights. So I think I'm going to turn them off. I know that's a little bit unrealistic, but there's not really enough traffic going up and down this road to really warrant traffic lights. So I think I'll just keep them off and not worry about them too much. Something I will do is I'm going to allow traffic from this side to just constantly move into that junction. Because what can happen sometimes is, with the way traffic's moving here right now, if I don't have them able to move into the junction, these guys here are being inclined to slow down a bit, and that actually causes a lot of traffic jams in City Skylines. The idea that this junction is technically blocked, so these guys need to slow down, even though these guys are just going to keep moving. So allowing them to constantly move despite, you know, this bit of, it's actually, sorry, let me rephrase that. So if I pause just here, or, hold on, there, right? So this is actually perfect. So, this guy here, right? He is about, you know, as on this, he's just about on this bit of road. He's not in the junction, but, this guy here, let's pretend these 2 vehicles aren't here, by the way. This guy here wants to get into that bit of lane. But if he wasn't able to move into that junction, he would just stop. Just for a second. You'd see him just pause for a moment. He'd slow down a little bit. And then when this guy clears out a little bit, he would put his foot down. So what would happen is he would slow down a little bit, forcing everyone behind him to slow down a little bit. And you just sort of see this wave of traffic slowing down a little bit. And that's why you get a lot of these tailbacks, because traffic is just slowing down a little bit. That's all they're doing, just a little bit here and there. They just slow down to, you know, not block up the... You can see it here as well. You'll notice some of these vehicles will eventually... Like that guy. I mean, they're stuttering for a different reason, but you'll notice every now and then you're going to see these vehicles... That guy slowed down, for example. That guy slowed down, for example. They slow down a little bit when this bit of road over here is looking like it's blocked up. So that causes... Again... that causes all the traffic back here to have to slow down as well, which is why this giant tailback... No, good lord. Yeah, that's interesting. That's very, very interesting. So what I'm going to do, I think, is junction restrictions. You guys are going to be able to sort of just go as well. And hopefully that's going to just keep you moving. That's my goal here, is just to sort of keep you moving. It's going to be a nightmare for traffic trying to get in and out of here, but it's going to have to be, because this tailback is possibly the worst tailback I've seen in City Skylines in a very, very long time. So before we wrap things up today, I would like to have a little look at this area and see if many people are using the metro or bus lines. It doesn't really look like it. There's a couple of people waiting about here. Not really anyone in there or there. Not really seeing anyone for the buses either. I guess this maybe just isn't very popular. Actually, well, there's a few people there. This bit seems a little bit backed up, which is kind of annoying. Yeah, there's a couple of people just here and there. It's not a very popular area, which is surprising considering the number of attractions and parks and the stadium and all that stuff, but that's completely fine. I would like to have a look up towards Hamilton Ridge, which, yeah, there's a few people waiting for the buses here and there. I feel like having the pedestrian paths through the area kind of helps a little bit. So that'll let people go up and down Hamilton Ridge without too much trouble. A couple of people waiting there as well. That's good to see. That is particularly good to see. I'm really pleased with this. I really am. A lot of abandoned buildings out here, but fortunately, I did see a couple of people asking about this. We do have auto bulldoze. So these, you know, abandoned buildings, they're going to go away. Also, I think I'm noticing a little bit less traffic. Just a little bit. It's still tailed back. Like, it looks like a lot because it's tailed back, but actually, in this district, there is definitely less traffic than there was. So, that's for the best. Let's bulldoze you. There we go. Alright, well, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm going to leave it there for today. We managed to build a solar plant today, which has a building that is currently on fire, which, I mean, that's not necessarily ideal, I'll be honest, having a building in the solar plant that is currently on fire, but it seems to be getting responded to, so hopefully the police station's going to be put out, and hopefully the police station... Yeah, it seems to be fine. That would have been awkward if that managed to completely burn down right at the end of the video. But yeah, we built this solar plant. I might connect this to the rest of the city. What I might very well do instead, though, is just connect it to the village that we will end up building at the top of the ridge. Either way, I'm going to leave it there for today. So thank you, Ken, for watching. This has been City Skylines and Vanilla Sprinkles Part 4. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye!